So when maybe you or somebody else creates an AGI system and you get to ask her one question, what would that question be?
What's outside the simulation?
Seems to be the center of attention. Early in his career, that attention focused on his controversial image.
People think because he has cornrows, and maybe because he's black and from the hood, that he's bad. I think he should be thrown out of the league. Don't play no more NBA, and I think he should go to jail. I don't wear a suit. I'm not clean cut, and I get knocked for that. So all of a sudden, I cut all my hair off and wear suits. Are you gonna love me then? I'm still gonna be the same person. He don't respect anybody. He think he's God. He think he's G-O-D, God. And he forgot, hey, you got 4 other guys here that can play with you, okay? He remains raw and real and renegade, and always has been. And sometimes that helps you sell sneakers to today's kids, and sometimes it brings the police to your door.
The big story on Action News tonight is the case against Allen Iverson.
He is one of the most complex and controversial figures in all of sports.
I didn't come to practice because I was out all night. You know, I hang out all night, all the time.
He has been called selfish and disrespectful.
I know it had to be disappointing for you that Allen's not playing tonight.
Knucklehead. No, when you violate team rules, you gotta have discipline.
Allen Iverson's controversial and bad boy image, his tattoos, the cornrows, his rebellious attitude, was all used to lure in young black men in the black community to further the agenda of black men embracing the thug persona and to further the black stereotypes. Love or hate him, no matter the race, Allen Iverson's polarizing personality and antics was all used to draw in enormous amounts of attention and sell him to the masses as a villain, which made kids and adult supporters want to see him perform even more, and made people who didn't like him pay to see him lose and root against him.
Now, you get a bad, everybody calls you like the bad boy of the NBA and the bad boy this, and you think you get a bad rap just because you got cornrows?
Yeah, I mean, it's unfair, but it's true. You know, it's true. I mean, people look at the way I dress, who I hang around, jewelry and everything. I mean, people try to make me 34 years old, and I'm only 24 years old. I'm growing every day.
And then came this representative of the hip-hop generation, a walking billboard of tattoos, braids, fixed scowl, and defiant attitude. Allen Iverson became a symbol of those on the outside and a disquieting reminder that they exist.
Allen Iverson's life story, from birth to the moment he was drafted into the NBA, every game he has ever played in, his stats, to his retirement, up until the day he dies, is all scripted. Listen to his mother tell Allen Iverson's life story from her own point of view.
Allen Iverson was raised in Hampton, Virginia. In 1975, the newborn Allen and his 15-year-old mother, Ann, moved into his grandmother's house, located ironically on Jordan Drive. And from the moment she saw him, Anne knew her son's destiny.
In the hospital room, they bring this long, 22-inch long child whose arms pass his kneecaps. And so I said, oh my goodness, I got me a ball player.
But it would be football that captivated Alan at first.
This guy's 10 years old, but his skill level was so high that he was probably playing on the level of a 16, 17-year-old kid at 10. He was doing things that 10-year-old kids don't do.
I'll never forget this. He said, I can take MJ. I said, well, we thought he meant one of the players that we get ready to play. He said, I could take MJ, and you know, the coaches and everybody else just didn't take. He said, I could take Michael Jordan. I could take Michael Jordan.
I could take Michael Jordan.
I could take Michael Jordan. I could take Michael Jordan.
I could take Michael Jordan.
Located ironically on Jordan Drive.
The trial of Allen Iverson and the bowling alley incident, where him and a group of male friends attacked another group of Caucasian males for allegedly using racial slurs, was nothing more than a hoax and was all staged scripted theater. This moment was simply just a written chapter that was all a part of the Allen Iverson simulation story. This altercation was Allen Iverson's introduction to the masses to bring awareness to his character. This was to cause racial division and get blacks to root for the system to free him. The attention followed him to Georgetown and the rest was history.
It brought a lot of negative attention to the community that was unwarranted. And so, to me, that clearly fueled some of the fires of the discontent.
Court of the City of Hampton has indicated where its priorities lie, and these priorities are inconsistent with justice.
My cousin's mayor of Virginia Beach, and Easton's telling my cousin, Jimmy Ellenson, is doing some bad things here. You know, he's screwing the city over, we're losing tourists, we're getting this name of being a racist city, and you know, you need to tell him that he needs to stop, you know, raising all this shit over there.
Hampton is on trial, Virginia is on trial, and America's on trial right here.
This dragged on for months. It started to fester, and there were some white people who got tired of hearing it. Quit calling me a racist because I believe he's guilty. I've heard the evidence or seen the evidence. I believe he's guilty.
So many people feel that the black community is monolithic. We are so very different. And I always hated people saying, you working on the Allen Iverson case? I said, I'm working on 4 young men. There's 4 young men. You have no idea how emotional it was. They're prisoners shaking the bars as we come by marching.
The numbers 3, 10, and 15, with the number 3 being the most notable jersey number that Allen Iverson was famous for wearing, is an occultic number that the Freemasons and those higher up on the pyramid hold in a very high regard. These numbers seem to be Allen Iverson's artificial intelligence-coded numbers. Iverson also had a mysterious connection to former Boston Celtics player and former Georgetown head coach John Thompson.
read a quote. This is what Mr. Allen Iverson had to say about Maurice Cheeks. I'm going to read this quote for you, all right? I didn't want to do it in front of the camera, but I wanted to take him in the back and kiss him on the mouth. What's up with that, Iverson?
Hey, look, I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, it ain't like that, you know. But I mean, that's just the love, man. That's how I felt. That's just the love, man. That's how I felt.
That's just the love, man. That's how I felt.
I wanted to take him in the back and kiss him on the mouth. I wanted to take him in the back and kiss him on the mouth.
I wanted to take him in the back and kiss him on the mouth.
That's just the love, man. That's how I felt. That's just the love, man. That's how I felt.
That's just the love, man. That's how I felt.
Man, it was like, you know, I finally got the coach that I really, really wanted to play for.
The nickname AI, aka The Answer, was a name given to Iverson and was plastered all over the television, magazines, newspapers, radios, and into the masses' subconscious mind. AI is a subliminal way of referencing artificial intelligence. This was done in a strategic way to deceive and desensitize the masses to artificial intelligence. Just think about it. Look at Allen Iverson's zigzag braids that he popularized. It is like a mirror to the artificial intelligence brain and neural network system. So in other words, artificial intelligence is the answer.
AI with the braids. I'm AI with the braids. I'm AI with the braids. Dribble rock, crossover, young nigga get paid. AI with the braids, with the designs like a maze.
This is what the global pandemic is really all about, gradually leading us into the new world order with advanced technology and artificial intelligence that we have been desensitized to through all of the movies and other forms of entertainment all of these years. A world where humans will be inserted and dependent on microchips and having the ability to access things without physically touching. This is also what the so-called social injustice is about. Defunding the police department is really about robot cops, who will also assist human police in enforcing the law. The masses are slowly being conditioned to live in a world where they are fully monitored under government supervision 24/7. Democrats versus Republicans is just a divide and conquer tactic to throw the masses off from who is ultimately pulling the strings in this world, which allow them to implement laws while we are divided. If you notice, there is a heavy push to censor conservatives because conservative-minded people are typically logical and think critically, so they can detect agendas. Democrat and liberal-minded people think emotionally, so they are tricked into falling for agendas. But as time passes, and that liberal-minded person detaches from that emotion that they may have felt, for that government-plotted event, they see how things have been affected around them. Then they complain or become hypocrites. Another master plan by the occult is by dumbing down the masses with music, promoting rappers such as Da Baby and Lil Baby. Hence the name Baby. Music is like a hypnosis. The masses are being dumbed down to a baby level, then to an animalistic level, and this is where they then become dependent on the microchip to think for them. Due to artificial intelligence, the landscape of dating will change drastically. This is all a part of the simulation and where the future is heading since the beginning of time. Men were programmed to chase and impress the women, seek marriage, then eventually procreate, now with the occult's puppets pushing female independence. A lot of women now have higher degrees and better jobs than men. Her expectations for the average man will be far beyond reach, as she looks through a virtual reality world, where perfect fairy tale relationships are pushed as relationship goals. That's her standard.
Social media sites are constantly finding new ways for your selfie to evolve.
But when you take a closer look, you may notice some of these filters actually change your features. Bigger eyes, longer eyelashes, higher cheekbones, smoother, poreless, sometimes even fair skin. And then there are photo editing apps like Facetune, which allow you to toy with your image in real time. Whiten your teeth, thin your nose, brighten your eyes, and plump your lips.
But digital tweaks which obscure your flaws conform to an unrealistic and often unattainable standard of beauty, and give some the impression that they have the capacity to look, quote, perfect.
That can take a toll on a person's self-esteem.